Okay, can I complain about something?
Yeah, always.
The naming they have used for rooms and eerie is driving me nuts. Because they're using the term room for something with two sides. And there's this, and you're associating that with opening doors, plural. A room doesn't normally have two parts that is separated by a door.
Yeah.
And you say you've fully unlocked the room when both doors are open. And it would kind of make more sense if they literally were pictures of a room with a door on each side, but they're not. It's like two vignettes separated by something.
Yeah.
And on some of the ones that they've previewed, there isn't really that something there. It's kind of...
I have two chaotic ideas to fix this, which we'll get into later.
But like on Mirror Room, Fractured Realm, there's no barrier between them. Central Elevator, Promising Stairs, it's almost like... I think that isn't... I can't tell if it's just a hard cut. It looks like it's actually... The perspective is... It kind of looks like two spaces, but actually you're just looking at a place where there's a wall right here.
Oh, I see something I hate here.
What's that?
Okay, so the blue border that goes around the edges is not equal on the left and right side. That's a problem.
Yeah.
That's a problem for me.
Why did they do that?
Oh no. Okay. Yeah, I don't like that either. I have a really chaotic way to fix this, which this is not a serious suggestion. But okay. Don't think there's actually a good way to illustrate this on cards, but you know how in the board game Clue, where they have the little trap, like they're not trapdoors, but there's corners where you can go from like the observatory to like the other end of the house.
Yeah.
I kind of almost feel like this would have been neater as a sort of like the dungeons in Adventures of the Forgotten Realms, where you have to pick like which door you want to open, like which way do you want to go. The other alternative would be you'd have to actually fold the cards, so it would be like one of the oversized cards, and then you would like fold it in half and decide. So like, not a serious suggestion. I told you it was going to be chaotic. But look at like Funeral Room Awakening Hall. There's just a like casket between the two. It's not a wall, but like the Dollmaker's Shop to Porcelain and Gallery, that looks like a wall. And the Smoky Lounge to Misty Salon looks like that's just a wall. These are not a room. It's two rooms with two doors. And so fully unlocking one room, as described on Eerie, it doesn't. That's not... And Eerie, what does Eerie have to do with opening doors to room? I mean, I don't know.
Exploring a haunted house, okay, but I don't know. The flavor and the mechanics are not gelling for me here, and it's making me uncomfortable.
It feels a little bit crunchy in my brain in a way that I don't love.
Yeah. Some of the other mechanics are great. Survival, I like the way, you know, if someone gets tapped, they manage to do something and survive. Great. Impending, on point. You can see it coming, and it's going to be this big effect arriving. But rooms, and Eerie, very Even like the mechanics article, it introduces Eerie with
Oh, that's a bad sign.
I kind of feel like that's commentary from whoever had to write this article saying, why did you
I think they know.
This?
I think they know. Yeah, I mean, I like the idea of, like, opening a door and triggering something. Like, oh, we've opened this door and, like, there's a scary crab skeleton behind it. But, I don't feel like this doesn't work in a way that feels intuitive to me.
Yeah, that's basically it. Like, I think mechanically, this seems fine.
Yeah.
I just don't like what they
like,
called
it feels crunchy, because, like, I liked... Generally speaking, I liked the mechanics of, like, enter the dungeon, where you have your little, you choose your dungeon token, and then you're choosing which pathway to take. You know, with sagas and things like that, it's a linear progression. They've kind of experimented with that, with, like, the read-ahead mechanics, so, like, they could have potentially done something with enter the dungeon that would have been maybe a divergence, the way we did with, like, read-ahead. Like, if you choose this specific... Duskmourn-based dungeon, this happens. But yeah, this feels a bit... the best thing I can think of is it feels a bit crunchy in a way that it doesn't... It doesn't spark joy.
It does not.
A lot of things about this set do spark joy. This is not one of them.
Yeah. I don't have any constructive suggestions because that's not my job.
Yeah, and I just have chaotic suggestions, so...